few years ago, I was fortunate to travel to the historic GK Paloma Ranch in South Texas to hunt brush country whitetails with none other than Cameron Hanes and his son Truett. The whitetails are among the most genetically gifted of deer found anywhere in North America. Checking our equipment, we didn't waste any time getting out. The first evening, Cam was treated to the sighting of one of the most incredible free-range whitetails that's ever walked, a piebald giant that was nicknamed Chicken. The ranch manager felt that Chicken had more potential in the coming year and would get the pass on this evening. The next day was magical. The misty rain kicked off the pre-rut action and we were covered up in bucks. We decided we would sit all day if needed, and after passing some great bucks, a long-time black antler buck walked in that I definitely wasn't going to pass. The shot was perfect and we saw the buck go down quickly.
What was that? He's down, baby, down. That was a cool buck. That's crazy. South Texas, GK Paloma Ranch, first morning, rainy and cold. Just the right thing to get the deer going. That was a unique deer. Real narrow, but real tall. Super cool. Oh, I see him. I see him. Oh, he looks good. Oh, he is tall. Chocolate horn. Look at that. Is he beautiful or what? Narrow but super tall. Chocolate horns. Look at the color. The South Texas Cape. I grew up around San Antonio and always just grew up in love with the brush country and the mystique of the deer that it holds. There's no place like it. Absolutely love this buck. Look at the turned up beams, giant G2s, great 3s, big brows. Just an awesome, awesome deer. What do you think? Gorgeous buck.
Cam helped me recover this buck and the moment was one I'll never forget. I told Cam the action of this spot was incredible and he should immediately get in my bow blind and finish out the day there. Several hours later, things were heating up. We took up the short blood trail to Cam's first South Texas whitetail, a beautiful buck with a unique shape.
Look at that. What a beauty. Awesome buck, man. Oh man. Games are so long. Congrats, man.
Thank you.
That is.
Thank you.
An
What
awesome
a hunt.
buck.
What a double we've had today.
Oh my God.
Truett made it to camp that night as we celebrated an amazing day of success. Apparently, Truett was living right as fortune favored him with some first day luck on a beautiful buck.
About 20 yards, this buck came in by himself after this group of bucks had just left, and I got the go-ahead, and then made it happen. Shot, he did the donkey kick, and felt really good. We haven't found him yet. I've recovered him, but he went running off, and we're waiting for my dad to come here, and we can blood trail him.
I couldn't breathe. Well, did you get a buck?
Sure.
Good penetration, broadhead held up. That's what we're after right there.
The The recovery of Truett's whitetail was a special father-son moment I was thankful to witness.
That's a beautiful buck.
Proud of you. It's there's no such thing as an easy bow kill, and on a nice buck like this, big head, big mature deer. God, he's gorgeous. It's still early in the morning. I couldn't believe it just happened just like that. We've had a pretty good couple of days, guys. Yeah.
We hung back and gave the guys a moment to appreciate the experience. In the beast mode his family is known for, Truett dragged that buck 150 yards through the thick brush. But the day wasn't over. Cam had a close call with his target buck that morning, an ancient buck with a drop tine. He returned to the stand that afternoon hoping to see the buck again, and in a remarkable continuance of good luck, the buck appeared in the mesquite brush at 30 yards. As we tracked the buck, I couldn't get over how amazing our experience had been and how thankful I was for Cam and Truett's success. The guys had to get back home the next day, so I refocused myself on a new buck that had just showed up. He had an unusual extra point coming out of his head and a big frame with a split G2. I hunted the entire next day, seeing only 3 deer. It seemed that Cam and Truett took the streak of luck with them when they left. I knew with the rut slowly developing, mature bucks like the one I was hunting would be cruising all day in search of the first does coming into heat. I made up my mind I would sit all day again the following day. The morning was brutally slow. I was sitting in an elevated pop-up and would periodically peek out of the crack in the back door flap to see if anything was coming up the Sendero. After peeking through that opening countless times throughout the day, I finally saw something coming from hundreds of yards away. Even without binoculars, I could tell it was a big buck. I quickly pulled my phone from my pocket and put the lens in the crack in the door flap to film this buck. I didn't want to risk opening the back window to film with the big camera. As the buck was closing the distance, a hawk suddenly swooped down right by the buck and he spooked off into the brush. I was praying he would come back, and eventually he did, but now he was 150 yards on the other side of my blind. He was checking a feeder to see if there was any fresh sign of does. After watching the buck for almost 30 minutes, I got a stroke of luck and a couple of does passed within bow range, feeding slowly. The buck saw them and made his way towards me. I was self-filming and was much more focused on trying to get this buck than make a film. As he presented a shot, I had to move the camera tripod and it made a noise on the metal floor that got the buck's attention. I decided to put my full focus on my shot, which literally stole that focus from my camera. The shot was perfect and the buck only ran 80 yards. This might be the most action-packed, good fortune bow hunt I've ever experienced in my life with amazing people on an amazing ranch.
Curly is down.
Give me some.
That's a monarch, guys. That's a monarch.
Double lungs, baby. Double lung shot.
Can you stand it?
What?
Half mule deer, half whitetail, and
With
a
curly
super
fry.
size of curly fries to go, baby.
Oh.
This is a stud of a South Texas buck in anybody's book.
As I counted my blessings, I reflected on the collective decades of hard work and sacrifice that led to a trip like this being possible. You'll find at times that other people aren't necessarily happy for your success. They see the result, but they don't see the years of effort that led to that result. I've always made it my personal mission to understand what makes successful people successful and set my goals and courses of actions accordingly. As well-known author Chetan Bhagat wisely said, "Be so busy improving yourself that you have no time to criticize others."